They are paying a heavy price. Every shadow they invoked against you has begun to turn on them. There is someone who is writhing on the inside, someone whose health is withering like a flower buried in a cursed cemetery, and you are about to find out. The signs are coming one after another. What they did to you, every betrayal, every bit of envy disguised as a smile, is returning with the force of a reversed binding spell. You have been facing those who cannot stand your inner fire. They hate you for no reason, simply because they can't bear how your light exposes their shadows. They have sent you burdens, dense energies, and desperate attempts to steal what is sacred to you. Among them appears the figure of a wounded man, intoxicated by ego and spite, to whom you once said no. And beside him, a woman who has knocked on dark doors. Yes, she has lit black candles. She has meddled with things she doesn't understand. He wants to see you fall. He has paid for your misfortune, tried to erase traces, destroy papers, and manipulate documents. He thinks he can blot out your destiny with dirty ink, but the universe has already marked him. Something is moving in secret. There's a silent plot behind the scenes, and his family may have even been part of the conspiracy. But you are not alone. Your guardian angels are with you, and one of them, Saint Michael, sword in hand, protects you in silence. You will receive news. Prepare yourself, because what's coming is no small thing. You're going to find out something that will leave you paralyzed for a few seconds. They are already paying their spiritual debt. They have discovered that you are about to receive a gigantic financial blessing, a movement of abundance that burns them like salt in an open wound, and that is why they want to stop it. But write this down, because what the great Elohim has reserved for you is key. No burial spell or curse can steal it. The judgment has already begun. The punishment is being carried out. Your enemies, one by one, are feeling the invisible blow of divine justice. One of them is in serious condition, very serious. And that is just the beginning. The same hands that once tried to tear you down are now begging for mercy, but the channel has already been opened, and it cannot be stopped. Your angels have not slept. They have been circling over your name like sentinels on a spiritual battlefield. Do not be afraid. Your blessings are written on another plane. What is yours is secured. Even if they continue to pull strings, they no longer have power. They didn't foresee that your connection with the Great Chai is indestructible. Now they watch with dry eyes as you rise while their world collapses like an altar without faith. You are going to receive a message. It will be unexpected. Someone from that group will try to approach you. They will seem repentant, but you must not open unnecessary portals. This is not a time for mercy. It is a time for protection. Affirm this now. My blessings are guarded by the angels of heaven. My path is surrounded by light, and no one can stop it. If you've made it this far, it's no accident. Saint Gabriel whispers for you to comment with this keyword and activate the channel of hidden knowledge. Do it now, in freedom. The universe awaits your signal. Your guides are showing me something more. You are being led into a new cycle, one that transforms everything. This isn't just any opportunity. It's a door opened by a decree from on high. What they tried to snatch from you will return, yes, but not the same. It will be renewed, multiplied, glorified. Your value, your balance, your peace, and even your name will be restored on the altar of those who doubted you. That document, that contract that disappeared in the darkness, was seen by your angels and will be returned. When that happens, no curse, no shadow, no sacrifice can stop it. What is yours will come back to you as a divine sentence, and it will be so clear, so undeniable, that even those who slandered you will have to fall silent and swallow their own spells. Right now, I declare victory over every attempt at destruction. My spiritual inheritance returns to me multiplied, and if you feel it in your heart, whisper this word in the comments. Saint Michael asks for it, because when it is pronounced with faith, it transforms into a sealed decree. Pay attention. That man, the one who tried to break you out of pride and resentment, has fallen into his own labyrinth. He wanted to play with binding spells, pacts, manipulations. He used dirty money for crooked influence, and now all of it is dragging him down. The very gold he used to buy your ruin is now his curse. Everything is slipping through his fingers. His businesses are collapsing, his accounts are trembling, he is surrounded by betrayal. Even those who helped him are turning their backs. He is alone, he is trapped, and this is just the beginning. And it doesn't end there. They are showing me something else. There is a new energy trying to cross your path, but it doesn't come in peace. It's feminine, intense, camouflaged with soft words, but her vibration doesn't lie. She doesn't enter with light, she enters with shadow, disguised as an ally. I sense she is a woman marked by the sign of Scorpio, someone who knows how to move in the occult, who doesn't show her cards, who smiles while she seethes on the inside. Your angels show me that this figure has already begun to move nearby. Perhaps you haven't identified her yet, or maybe you're suspicious, but she hides in the everyday, in seemingly harmless conversations, in questions that seem like curiosity but are actually surveillance. She has eyes that scan your soul. She hungers for what is yours, but she doesn't say it. She just watches and envies. It's no coincidence that she appears just as your enemies are falling, just as divine judgment is being executed. She wants to insert herself into your process of ascension. She tries to absorb your light as if she could steal it through proximity, but she can't, because you are already protected by a circle of invisible fire, by the shield of Saint Michael and the deep gaze of Saint Gabriel. This woman doesn't come alone. Behind her is the energy of failed binding spells, ancient rituals, symbolic burials that had no effect because your connection is stronger. She has consulted cards, opened dark books, burned names, and she has spoken yours in a low voice, like someone launching an arrow into the night. But your angels heard everything. Elohim already knows. She doesn't want to see you happy. She can't stand your stability. At some point, you shared something, a friendship, a word, a room. But now she only wants to imitate you, overshadow you, and tear you down. And as you advance, she grows desperate. You appear in her dreams, in her thoughts. And what hurts her most is that she cannot touch you, because the energy surrounding you burns her without contact. You will notice it. Maybe you've already felt it. A strange feeling when talking to someone, a heavy stare, a question that made no sense. It's her, and they are warning you. Do not let her in. Do not respond with sweetness to someone who watches you with venom, because even if she doesn't say it, she carries a thorn of constant comparison. These types of energies aren't stopped with explanations. They are stopped with boundaries. Your guides are telling you it's time to close the circle, to name what is hidden, not to create conflict, but to cut the thread before it gets tangled. And if this resonates with you, comment the word, divine cut. Because by writing it, you open the channel of protective judgment and close the portal to those who don't deserve to be near. It's no coincidence that you are hearing this now. Many forces are falling, and others are desperate to get in. This is the exact moment when you must reaffirm your territory. Repeat in a low voice, what is mine is respected. What vibrates low moves away, and if you say it with your heart, the universe turns it into a sword. The woman of Scorpio has been seen, her intention has been revealed, and in the invisible world, the angels have drawn a line that cannot be crossed. Any attempt to manipulate, absorb, or confuse you will be blocked, but you must be vigilant. Energy doesn't always speak, but it is always felt. And if you felt this was for you, do not ignore it. Comment, declare, do it for yourself, because it's no coincidence that Saint Michael brought you here. You are activating something greater. You are closing cycles and opening true doors. And what is opened with the guidance of the heavens, no human can close. There are things coming to the surface because when the soul doesn't learn with humility, the body begins to scream. That woman, the one who tried to bury your name under the dust of envy and black salt, is beginning to show the marks of wear. Even if she denies it, even if she smiles to hide it, illness is already circling her. There are ailments she doesn't understand, pains that come and go like waves but return with more force. Exhaustion haunts her even after sleeping, and no matter how much she prays, there is no peace in her chest. Because to pray, one must have a clean heart, and hers is now covered in fear, guilt, and unresolved darkness. She dreams of shadows, she hears voices, wakes up with a start. There are nights that never end. There is a cold that won't leave, no matter how many blankets she uses, and while her world falls apart like a poorly cast spell, you flourish. You remain standing. She sees you from a distance. She can't believe it. After everything she threw at you, you are still stronger, firmer, more luminous. And that hurts her, not because she wants to see you well, but because she cannot stand that God continues to bless you while every door closes on her. This is how divine justice works. It doesn't ask, it doesn't warn, it just acts, because everyone receives what their soul vibrates. She tried to close your paths, manipulate words, contaminate your image, wanted you to be rejected, to be left alone. But now she's the one who gets no reply, whose plans fall apart before they begin, who looks to the sky and receives no sign. You know why you feel it? Because the law of return does not fail. The universe does not forget, and God even less so. So say it and don't keep it silent. The evil they wished upon me does not touch me, and what God has for me knows no limits. Write it, declare it, share it. Saint Gabriel whispers that by doing so you activate protection over your soul and cut the energetic threads that others have tried to weave around you. And here comes the strongest part. What they are showing me is clear. It wasn't just envy, it wasn't just jealousy. It was something deeper, more calculated. On a night marked by shadows, that man and that woman, yes, the same ones, blinded by their ambition and fear, sought help from someone who works with the dark. They went to a person who performs binding spells, works, and rituals with graveyard dirt. They brought your personal items, stolen things, elements charged with your energy. They wanted to manipulate your destiny, steal your blessings, and extinguish your star. They sought to break you spiritually, and they did it with intent. It was not an impulse, it was premeditated. They used your name, wrote it down, and pronounced it in low voices in the middle of a ritual they believed was infallible. But they made a mistake. They didn't know you were already under the protection of warrior angels. They didn't know Saint Michael had sealed your name with sacred fire. They didn't know that some souls cannot be touched. What they invoked that night was returned to them. It wasn't immediate, but it was brutal. Since then, misfortunes have begun to rain down. Everything they touched broke. They didn't understand why, but you felt it deep down. In your dreams, in your bones. You knew something was wrong. That work of witchcraft didn't reach you. Your angels stopped it. It was like an invisible wall, and that dark energy, like a boomerang, returned to those who threw it. He is sunk in money problems, in debt, lost, with no peace or answers. Strange illnesses that don't get better. She is broken, sad, unstable, isolated, with her soul frozen inside. Both are trapped in a spiral of chaos that they themselves activated. It is not punishment, it is consequence. Because when you play with evil, you must be ready to pay the price. You, on the other hand, have been elevated, have been protected because your faith was greater than their vengeance, because you did not stoop to their level, because you did not return evil for evil. And now the universe responds to you as it only responds to the brave, with divine reward, with paths that open, with doors that do not close. And there is still more, because they are showing me something big is coming. In the next few days a sign will arrive, one you do not expect. Someone you didn't know was watching you will take a step, a conversation, a message, a confession. It may come from someone close to your enemies, someone who saw everything, someone who knows the truth. And what they say will give you peace because finally, without lifting a finger, you will know that the universe has brought you justice. And if you feel this is for you, say it, write it, comment now. My angels protect me because Saint Michael has willed it. Because every word you speak with faith opens an energetic channel, and whoever opens the channel receives the sign. And just when everything seemed to have been revealed, they show me something more. Something that vibrates high. Something descending toward you like a blessed rain, sent from on high as compensation for every tear, every betrayal, every shadow they tried to project onto you. What comes now is restitution, an economic restitution marked by a sign that God not only protects but also rewards. This isn't just any money, it's not a loose coin from the universe. It is an economic miracle sealed with your name that had been held back by those dense energies surrounding you. They wanted to stop it. They blocked paths, buried papers, tried to hide doors, but the channel has been reopened, and the abundance that was retained is beginning to flow. It's no coincidence you are hearing this now. The same universe that saw your pain now bows down to lift you up. They show me bills, contracts, signatures, unblockings, but not in an ordinary way. This comes after a spiritual war, after an energetic cleansing, after a divine judgment. It is as if your angels went to recover what was stolen from you and are now returning to place it in your hands. And the most powerful part is this: you are going to receive an unexpected amount of money. It could come as a refund, a pending payment, celestial aid, but it will be a stroke of light. And it will be just when you thought nothing was going to move, because that is how the Most High works. When you expect nothing, everything appears. But this miracle requires a decree because the energy is descending, yes, but you must open the door. That is why I tell you now, declare it. Right at this moment, the money that was stolen from me will be returned to me multiplied. The contract they blocked is signed in my favor. The economic blessing that was stopped is now on its way. And if you truly feel it, comment on it. Do it as if you were activating a code, because that is what Saint Gabriel has indicated. Whoever comments their decree awakens the channel, and whoever activates the channel receives the promise. Your enemies will not be able to understand how it is that now, when everything seems to be stagnating for them, you begin to receive gifts from the universe. And that is what will disturb them the most, because they expected your ruin, but they will receive the news of your victory. And there's something else. They are showing me that this miracle will not only be economic but also one of recognition. People who once doubted you will now have to look at you with respect. Names that were silent will have to speak, and you will not have to lift a single finger, because what God orders, no human being can cancel. Your angels are working on this right now. I see hands signing, I see doors opening, I see keys being delivered. And if you feel this is for you, do not ignore it. Whisper now, even in a low voice, Ephatha, may the channel of my abundance be opened. And while your enemies drown in the consequences of their own actions, you will be receiving. Because the justice of heaven does not forget. Because whoever walks with light does not fall, even if pushed. And you are about to be rewarded in a divine way. Your guides are showing me an even more powerful scene, not on this plane, but in the realm of dreams. They are telling me about a prophetic dream that will come, or perhaps has already visited you. But it wasn't an ordinary dream. It was a warning, a message from the other side, a vision that breaks the veil and gives you a heads up about what is about to happen. Do not ignore it. It will be at night, when you least expect it. Perhaps you'll wake up at 3:33 or 4:44 a.m. with your heart pounding as if something invisible had touched you. You will see symbols, maybe a dark river, an old house, a snake, or you might even hear a name. This dream is not confusion, it is pure channeling. It is the Spirit speaking to you through your subconscious, because there is no other way to show you what is coming, and what is coming requires you to be alert. That dream will reveal a figure trying to return, a face from the past, an energy pretending to be repentant, but it's a disguise. Do not fall for it. The dream will not be pleasant, but it will be necessary. It will be your shield, because someone will want to approach with soft words, with intentions that are not clean. And that dream will show it to you with symbols, as the ancient oracles do. It will not be direct, it will be in code, but you will know how to interpret it. And listen to this. If cloudy water appears in that dream, it is a sign of emotional manipulation. If you see disturbed earth, it is a sign of unfinished energy work. And if you see fire, pay attention. It is an announcement of rapid movement, something that could erupt for good or for chaos. But if in the middle of the dream you see a light, even a small one, that is the sign that your guardian angels are active. That light is the confirmation that the channel remains open. And if you feel this message resonates with you, make the decree. Write it now. I am ready to receive the message from the heavens. My dreams are divine guidance. What I need to know will be revealed to me. Comment if you feel it, because when you write with faith, you decree into the invisible. So indicates Saint Michael, so supports Saint Gabriel. And the obedient universe will open the portal of knowledge. Do not underestimate that dream. It will be more than a warning, it will be a key. It will show you who deserves to remain in your life and who is wearing a mask. It may also warn you about an opportunity that will seem perfect but isn't. And at the same time, it may show you a symbol, a number, a word that will open the doors to the financial miracle that is already touching your energy field. And pay attention, after the dream, you may start to notice synchronicities, repeating clock times, names you hear over and over, strange encounters. That is a sign that the message is still speaking to you, even when you're awake. That is why I tell you, do not be afraid, have clarity. Because whoever receives revelations also receives power. And you, if you have made it this far, are already being activated. The dream is not a punishment, it is preparation. What is coming will be big, but you need to see it before it arrives. And after the dream, they showed it to me forcefully. A sequence, a number that keeps repeating. 3 identical numbers, 3 signs that cross the planes, 888. If you have seen it, if you are seeing it, if it has followed you on receipts, clocks, screens, phone numbers, or even in dreams, it is no coincidence. That number is not a decoration from the universe. It is a direct call from the higher plane. 888 is not just any number, it is the seal of abundance returning multiplied. It is the symbol of money coming back, of economic energy being released, of financial karma being balanced in your favor. It is the numerology that only appears when something very big is about to manifest. But it is also a warning. You must be ready because the channel has already opened and it waits for no one. And listen to this, because what comes next will shake your soul. This number appeared right after your enemies performed that dark ritual. It appeared as a sacred code to protect. While they were trying to bury your prosperity with works of earth and fire, the angels marked 888 over your energy. They sealed it, activated it, and sent it directly to you. If you have seen this number, the message is clear. An economic door is opening, a debt is being paid, a contract is arriving, a withheld reward is being released. But you must respond, because 888 not only announces, it also tests. And they are showing it to me very clearly. An economic opportunity will come. It may seem small, ordinary, casual, but it is not. It is the hidden key. If you take it with faith, it multiplies. If you ignore it, it vanishes. That is why your dreams are connected to 888, because the vision you received is part of the map. The universe is not giving you a riddle, it is guiding you step by step. And there's more. They tell me that 888 is also the number that represents the final cut with the energy of scarcity, the one they tried to cast on you, the one they tried to program into your energy field. That number is the sword that cuts financial ties. It is the signature that Saint Michael places on your income. It is the invisible contract written between you and the abundance that belongs to you by right. Do it now. Decree, pronounce, write it. I activate the 888 code in my life. I receive divine abundance without blockages. Everything that was stolen from me returns multiplied. And if you feel it's real, comment. Because by writing the number 888, the angels activate the energetic channel over you. It's as if you were writing it in the ether, and that energy is not lost, it is stored, activated, and directed. So has Saint Gabriel indicated. So confirms the Great Chai. So have your invisible protectors decreed. The 888 comes to restore what others tried to take, to return what they hid from you, and to manifest what was always yours but that others wanted to possess. And the best part is, you don't have to do anything but be ready, because the universe is already in motion, and you are right where you need to be. Now listen carefully, because they are showing it to me clearly. Not all signs repeat forever. The universe speaks once, twice, but when the third time is ignored, the door begins to close. And that is what you need to know about 888. This number is not a decoration, not a spiritual ornament. It is a living code, a number sealed with invisible fire, and when it appears, it must be activated. If you ignore 888, it's not that the blessing is cancelled, it's that it gets delayed, stagnates, and hides again between layers of time. It's as if the river stopped flowing, as if the key that was already turning stopped at the last second, and they are showing me what has happened before. Many people receive this sign and dismiss it. They go on with their day, they don't write it down, they don't decree, they don't give thanks. And what was descending from on high vanishes. Because 888 is not automatic, it is sacred. And what is sacred is not ignored without consequence. Do you know what happens when a door closes before you walk through it? The universe understands that you are not ready, that you are not in a position to hold what you asked for. And then that opportunity passes to another soul. And you feel it. You feel that something was missing, that something was so close but never arrived, that something was cut short in midair, and you don't know why. It's because you ignored the sign. Your guides are very clear this time. If you see 888 and do not activate it, the energy seals itself again. The cycle that should have closed remains open, and the miracle that was coming is postponed. That is why it is no coincidence that this message is reaching you now. It is your second notice, your confirmation, your last call before the portal begins to fade. Say it, write it, decree it now, because Saint Gabriel has shown it just as. Whoever pronounces the sacred number with intention ignites the channel, and whoever ignores it lets the keys of destiny fall. And it's not just money, it's purpose, it's expansion, it's spiritual inheritance. Because 888 also represents the energetic pact with your guides, with your lineage, with what you came here to receive and to give. You are not just any soul. If you were, this message would not have reached you. But now you know. Now you have the code. Now you can decide. Either you ignore and repeat, or you activate and ascend. Comment now if you feel the energy. I accept 888 as a channel of prosperity. I activate the abundance that belongs to me. I declare that I will not let this opportunity pass. And if you have seen the number before, this is your confirmation. And if you haven't seen it, start looking for it, because after this, the universe will show it to you forcefully. And when it does, do not hesitate, because you already know what can happen if you ignore it. They are showing me a silhouette, not just any, but an energy of a sword, of war, of justice. It is Saint Michael, the custodian of the sacred portals, the warrior who pierces the darkness with celestial fire. I see him standing tall with a firm gaze, with wings that not only protect but also cleanse, and he comes with a single intention, to give you clear instructions, because you are no longer alone, because what is about to happen is too big for you to face without guidance. But wait, there is also another presence, softer, more ancient, more yours. It is a being that has been with you since before you took human form. They call it the one who whispers at the threshold, but you have felt it as intuition, a sudden chill, that voice that tells you, don't go that way. That being is your personal guide, your watchman, your shadow of light. Both have come to speak to you, not with earthly words, but with signs. They are showing me a dream, a vision, a synchronicity that is about to appear. It could be a black butterfly, a ring that appears out of nowhere, a candle that extinguishes itself. That will be the sign that they are near. And if you pay attention, you will feel a cold energy on the back of your neck, a tingling in your palm, or a tear that falls for no reason. That is their way of touching you without anyone noticing. Saint Michael presents himself as a shield and tells you, do not fear the shadow. You were forged in fire. What was taken from you is on its way back. The gold they buried will be unearthed. And your personal guide, that being from other lives, comes close and whispers a word to you. Remember. Remember who you are. Remember what you forgot. Remember what you promised before you came. Because now the number 888 is not just a promise of abundance, it is a reminder of a spiritual pact. You sealed it before incarnating, and now they are coming to collect what is yours. Do it now. Decree it as if your soul were shouting it. I am ready to receive divine guidance. I accept the presence of my protector. I recognize the one who has been with me since before the beginning. And if you feel it, comment, write it. Because the act of declaring your openness is the permission that beings of light need to intervene. So dictates the great Chai, so allow the eternal records. This appearance is not a game, it is a celestial intervention. And if you acknowledge it, you will activate it. They do not manifest on a whim, they do so when they know you are prepared. And you, if you are listening to this, already are. Your guides have not only been watching, they have been praying, fighting for you on planes you do not see, protecting your name, your essence, your paths. And now that everything has been restored, now that the binding spells have been cut, the spiritual burials nullified, and the darkness exposed, they give you the final instruction. Listen to this as if it were an oracle whispered in your ear. Take only what is yours. Do not return to what once hurt you, and do not answer the call of shadow disguised as peace. Light a candle, write your full name, and on that paper, also write these words. I declare that my abundance is sealed, that my enemies have been silenced, and that my purpose is unstoppable. Burn that paper in a white or violet flame, and as you do, repeat with a firm voice, let the darkness return to its origin. Let what is blessed stay with me. Ephatha, may my paths be opened. And there the cycle ends. The channel is activated. Your angels are freed to move in your favor without obstacles. And you now walk under a different frequency. You are no longer the one who begs, the one who waits, the one who survives. Now you are the one who decrees, who opens portals, who collects what the universe prepared only for you. The enemy is left behind. The shadow is defeated. The woman of low energies, the man full of hate, those who buried your name, they all fell into their own mire. And you rose, wiser, stronger, more protected, because this was not just a spiritual battle, it was your rebirth. And if you made it this far, it was no coincidence. This was channeled for you. This was delivered by your angels, by Saint Michael, by your eternal guide, by the voice of the great Elohim who today whispers, you can rest now. Your soul has overcome the storm. Do it now. Close this cycle as one closes a sacred rite. Write in comment, I declare my victory sealed by Saint Michael. I am untouchable. My purpose is divine. The channel is now open, and nothing and no one can close it. And feel the peace because you did.